Welcome to Forum Watch for Saf. Let's grab 69, review whichever topics to please to make it look like a breeze. Turning ordinary posters into audio roller coasters. Listen to Forum Watch or break your knees. What, do you think this is a joke? Got a baseball bat with your name on it right here. Listen to the fucking podcast, bitch.
Hi, welcome to the Forum Watch. I'm Scrap69 and I'm joined today by my co-host, Saf, also known as Sexy Ass Fucker. How are you, Saf?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Scraps?
Good. Bloody hell, it's been a busy weekend, hasn't it? And a excellent fortnight of forum shenanigans. Now, look, last week was a bit of a brilliant monologue by the Saf, don't you agree?
Oh, I quite agree. Always willing to agree to that. I'm fucking brilliant.
Anyway, so this week I want to make it an extra chatty. In fact, I want to make it a trilogue. So we're inviting our very first episode-length guest, Milo!
Yeah, hey guys, what's up? This is the Forum Watch with Milo. I'd like to thank Saf and Scrap69 for their wonderful work over the past few weeks hosting the show, but I agree with them. They've made that decision to stop hosting and pass it on. So from now on, I will be your new host, and this is going to be the Forum Watch with Milo and no one else. Roll theme song, Wanky. Wank, wank. Welcome to Forum Watch with Milo and no one else, reviewing whatever topics I chose and make it look like it blows. Turning totally normal forumers into audio star performers. Listen to Forum Watch or break your toes. Huh, you think I was kidding? I got a golf club right here with your name on it. Listen to this thing now. Do it. Thanks. So, on this very first episode of Forum Watch with Milo, I'm joined by special guests, Scrap69 and Saf, the former hosts of the Forum Watch. How you doing, guys?
Hi, Milo!
How's it going, Milo?
You're my favorite!
Really looking forward to your work here, Milo. Really brave to take on a podcast and do it solo.
Oh, I just felt it was the right time. I think I can handle it.
That's right, and I want to know a lot more about our future host. Tell me a bit about yourself, Milo.
I'm a guy.
Wasn't sure.
I like video games. What do you want to know? What?
All right, so what does Milo mean? Because in Australia, Milo is a chocolate energy drink.
That's right. I also know it as the cat of the popular film Milo and Otis. Love that film. But that's not actually where my name comes from. It's actually a nickname from my university days. I was in the Medieval Recreationist Club, and you have to pick a name for your persona that they have records of that name existing at the time. So with the help of my friends, I picked the name Miloslav, which is Romany, Eastern European kind of name. And I became Milo to everyone at uni, and it stuck with me there. And I carried that into my internet persona as well.
And that university was the same university that I attended, wasn't it, Milo?
Yeah, I found that out later. We're in different faculties, of course. We never actually met, unfortunately.
Oh, more the case, fortunately. So why have you chosen the twinkly avatar from the Banjo-Kazooie series?
I didn't want to pick a mainstream character that would already be in use. So, the first thing was to check what was in use and what wasn't. I wanted something obscure. And
I love how avatars bring out that hipster bent in everybody. You got to choose the most obscure character. And
isn't that what DK Vine celebrates?
That's what we're all here for.
Because, I lurked for a while before joining, so I sort of knew the lay of the land. But yeah, Twinklies, they're small, unassuming, not too offensive, and that's what I hope to be. Not offensive.
And they're a real pain in the ass when you butt stomp them, eh?
Yeah, I actually forgot how annoying that part was until I replayed Kazooie last year. And
I felt like bringing them back in the Dodge 'em Dome in Banjo-Tooie was a bit lazy. A lot of the character reuses in that game were a little lazy, but that was particularly egregious. It wasn't even anything Christmassy. Why Christmas lights?
because it's snow, Saf. It's snow. People assume Christmas with snow, I think. and the White Death, maybe.
The White Death.
I don't know. That's probably like the plague, except with snow.
Except only affecting white people.
White people, that's right. It doesn't target the African culture or the Hispanic culture or the Asian culture. You're safe, lads. White Death is here.
It's a cultural death. But I like that twinkly avatar. I like the effect on it where it seems to be glowing, like even more so than the regular neons. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, I actually tried to recreate it in the Diddy Kong Racing DS. You can draw your own avatars on the touchscreen, and it's a very limited interface. And I wasn't too successful. But if we ever do those member matches before the Wi-Fi connection finally gets shut off, you will all have a chance to see my artistic efforts.
Oh man, and we do have to get some together before it shuts down because, last time we can.
Absolutely. So, do you have a favorite post, member, or of event for the DK Vine forum, Milo?
It's a general favorite thing about the forum.
I'll have to say the thing that brought me into the forum in the first place, which is Slush's Slush Fun features, which I found immensely enjoyable to read.
Past tense.
And yes, while they were still going on, they were amazing.
They're still going on. It's just being dominated by our favourite member, Donkey Konga 2.
Sure Quiznos loves that.
And do you have you done anything on the forum that you most regret, Milo?
Everyone has something they regret, Scraps.
You might have gotten angry at a forum member once, or a post, or something of the kind.
I did post an angry thing at one point, but it was sort of me taking exterior frustrations out on wrongly on something that happened in the thread. Do you want me to go into detail?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We got the time.
Time to face my demons now. So I think it was just this feeling I had at one stage that that a lot of the culture of the internet was too Americentric, so focused only on America and not aware of the rest of the world. So when Planet Cool posted the thread, "Is DKC anti-American propaganda?" where he was just jokingly saying, I think it was in reference to a game theory video about some Cuban war about bananas or something.
Ah, the Banana Wars. Yes.
Yeah, the banana war. Anyway, he was like, "Why are they disparaging us Americans?" And I was like, "Shut up, America." And then I got called out on it rightly by Planet Cool and Jeff, which kind of hurt because I really respect those two guys.
You don't respect them anymore. You hear that, Planet Cool and Jeff? When you call someone out, Milo doesn't respect you anymore. Anyways.
Yeah, I came back. I sort of felt bad about posting like something that I didn't really even mean, like targeting him. I came back and apologized. And yeah, I think we're cool. We cool. We cool, Planet Cool. We cool.
I'm sure he's going to write something in the Forum Watch thread and saying that he actually has a dartboard of your face on it, and he constantly cuts it up and needs to print out a new page each time. Yeah.
I think there's other members that. Yeah. Anyway.
So, Milo, my last question is: what is your favorite sexual position? Moving on! So, the Forum Watch responses for the fortnight. So, it looks like people are happy about the inclusion of the RSS feeds. What do you reckon about that, eh? Especially that Chad lad.
Ah, yes. I'm always glad to make Chad happy. I'm always worried he's not going to approve of what we're doing. So, it's weird. I mean, as so many of us on this forum are, I'm so horribly stuck a decade past when it comes to technology. So when RSS first came out, I dismissed it as a useless fad and never really looked into it again.
Turns out everyone still uses the damn thing.
Turns out that's kind of important.
Yeah. I'm glad to be pleasing Chad, especially on my knees.
But the most interesting thing to pop up in the Forum Watch thread was Heil's sneak peek into the secret moderator forum.
Yes.
Yeah, it was everything I thought it would be. Absolutely everything.
Yeah, what did they talk about in the secret moderator forum discussion .png that Mr. Heil posted.
Was it a .png? I wouldn't put it past him to have reformatted it to a JPEG and made it all muddy.
Yeah, that's true. Him and his old internet addresses at www.dkvine.com/interactive/forums.
That he does. You should definitely go to that address.
That Gotsy picture better be up there. I'll be pissed.
You mean forum/interactive?
Shut up, Milo.
Honestly, I make that mistake about once every other week, and I get hit with it.
One of them's right and one of them's wrong that day.
I think it's forum/forum because
/infected toe.
What's great is that we as a culture cannot decide whether forum should be pluralized or not, or whether it should be fora. So
Oh yeah, well.
go to dkvine.com/fora.
that's a bit like how you use plural for bees. No. What's a good plural?
Plural of bees? Bees.
Geese? Goose.
Geese
Oh,
eye.
fuck. I can't even think of a word.
Gooses?
Geeses, yeah.
I want a golden egg for Easter. At least 100 a day.
So, look, what does Heil indicate in the JPEG, which he posts on the Forum Watch thread? SAF?
There's an interesting look into discussion as to some improvements they could be making around the forum. Perhaps integrating the submit feature, making it a little more, Web 2.0 or whatever we're on, Web 3.9, and, making it easier for people to interact and easier to interrelate material that people have submitted. But, it was shot down by the thought that really Chad is the only one on the staff with the technical ability to make that sort of thing happen. And, I find that really unfortunate because back in the day, Chad always had, a toady or two, a lackey who, was really into making sure the forums, making sure the site ran well. And he could really, take a back seat and somebody else could handle it. But these days, it's all on his shoulders.
That's right. Now he's literally in the front seat with someone at his back seat. So you could say, are you a good site moderator or a good site editor, Saf or Milo?
What?
I don't know anything about coding.
Yeah. I can code in plain HTML in a notepad, but dealing with all the fancy bells and whistles that, especially since the site's returned. I mean, I had FTP access to the site back when I was an editor back in 2003, and it was fairly, straightforward back then, but I imagine now it would just be...
Guys, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that you're really good at HTML and you're willing to become an admin staff so that we can spy on bloody Chad and Heil.
I'm really good at stuff and can do that thing you said.
Yeah. Well done, Milo.
Yes! There we go, lads! So, look, we mentioned in our last episode of the Forum Watch that we were seeking to get more information in regards to the Leak Moderator Forum thread that was made that the information was made available by Chad. And what I did, well, actually, I managed to get some leaked, well, I think, it wasn't me. We managed to get some leaked information and they indicated that there was, in fact, a separate Coupole topic and it's titled, Some Days I Like to Strangle Coupole with My Post. And at the time of the leak, there were 39 posts and there is also a separate ban thread. What do you lads think of that?
I always suspected, well, not the Coupole thing, but there obviously has to be a ban thread where they talk about who's going to get banned or not. Although sometimes it does seem a little random.
No, I was thinking they were going to make a thread about who they should put fairy dust over the heads of some of the forum members.
It seems like a lot of bans are just somebody swooping in, having a bad day, and somebody just crosses the line. And it's no different than the line they crossed yesterday or the week before, but it just happened on the wrong day in the wrong thread, and, well, they're gone for a month.
Well, they also have the 3-strike rule sort of thing. Like, if someone does repeated behaviors, then, yeah, at least that's how they could justify it.
That's right. Oh, so this just shows that the banning in the DK Vine probably isn't as random as we may have actually thought. So
No, we make our jokes, but, this forum's decently well moderated. It's one of my favorite moderation jobs.
That's right. So,
Scraps has done some very in-depth detective work looking at post counts.
Oh, yeah, so I was quite impressed.
that's right. I had a look at Chad's postcard from Australian time, Tuesday, 25 March 2014 at 12:23 a.m. to Wednesday, 2nd April 2014 at 9:53 p.m. Australian time, and his post count increased from 7,158 posts to 7,179 posts.
A 21 post difference.
That's right, and there were 9 posts in completely irrelevant discussion, 2 posts in the banjo discussion thread, 6 posts in the Tropical Freeze subforum thread,
Including 3 in the official soundtrack thread.
and 1 in the DKU discussion, which means that there was a total of 18 posts.
Wait, that number, that's different to what you said before.
That's a lower number.
That's right.
Numbers differences, subtraction?
So what is 21 minus 18, guys? I'm having a bit of trouble.
Oh, I know this one. I saw it in the textbook the other day.
Let me break out my TI-86.
Hold on, let me get my little beads.
Well, really, it's 20 plus 1 minus 20 minus 2, so you just think of it that way.
Whoa, slow down there, Einstein.
Yeah, E does not equal MQRS square, okay? So how many posts?
It's 3. We got such great timing. I'm loving this.
So there were 3 posts in the secret forum sub-thread.
That's what we have to conclude.
Absolutely, which is quite amazing.
And this statistics, this information, you've laid it out quite nicely. Are you going to make this public? Are you going to WikiLeaks this stuff?
Absolutely. We'll be the Julian Assange
Of DK Vine?
of DK Vine.
Yeah.
The Julian Assange. I got there was a game of Mafia back when we played that party game, and there was this one round where I believe Jeremy was playing with us, and his whole strategy was to Jeremy, the
Yeah, bum number 1.
friend of Chad and Hiles, did Put It in Your Mouth Los Angeles. I'm sorry, what was that?
Bum number 1.
Bum number 1, yes, his forum name with the Great Mighty Pooh avatar.
Love it.
But his strategy in the game was to be the central information broker, and everybody was to come talk to him about what they were doing, and it was all taking place in AIM chats. And what I did is I talked to him, and I got all this information out of him, and then I registered a new account named Julian Assange, chose Snide from Donkey Kong 64 as my avatar, and posted, WikiLeaks has received this information on your Mafia game, and just posted everything.
Always the rabble rouser stuff.
Yeah. Always love causing problems and just having fun on the forums.
Rocking the boat.
Yeah, that's right. And just like rocking the boat, we're rocking the boat in terms of revealing that the post count of the moderators do in fact include the secret posts, which you would have thought that, seeing as no one can see them, that they wouldn't include it, but in fact it does. So it just shows you that those 3 posts show that, yeah, there's a little bit of activity in the secret subforum thread, but not that much. So they must be getting up to some serious shenanigans, planning something for E3 or whatever it is that Chad needed to make his input.
Planning something for the 15th anniversary of the site on August 22nd.
Oh, God, has it been that long?
15 years, that it has.
Yikes.
I'm hoping to see a whole bunch of really cool projects and tributes coming out that day.
Yeah, I'm looking to seeing some positive things about the 15th anniversary, although it probably won't be.
No, we'll probably just all ignore it.
Now, you know what was positively reviewed? Our episode 104, which was the SAF special about the Brawl thread.
Ah, yes.
Mm.
Yes.
A lot of people seem to like it, you know?
Yeah.
And we even called out Mr. Corey Eric Matthews, Mr. Feeney, in regards to his bet with you about flushing...
AKA Highway.
Yeah, aka Highway, in regards to flushing his iPod down the toilet.
Yes, as he promised back in 2008.
Though the thing is he made the post on the 1st of April, indicating that he was going to make a video doing so, but we're yet still to see a flushed iPod. So what could it be?
Until you brought up that post was made on April 1st, I hadn't even noticed the date. I was just so excited that it was finally happening. Vindication. But man, I think that might be the first time I've really been taken in by an April Fool's joke. If that was his intention, I applaud you, Eric. If it is. If it wasn't, then he can certainly claim it now.
Joe said justice, but obviously justice isn't going to be served.
Justice is a dish best served 6 years later.
And in the fluids of a faces-ridden bowl. Anyway, so did anyone listen to the latest Conversation episode?
Oh, of course. I listen to it as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Did you listen to that segment about Craig Duncan? Did that not sound a bit too similar to our second last episode?
I can't believe those hacks at the Conversation are ripping off our genius, well put together podcast. It's deplorable.
They think they can get away with it just because they have a higher listener count and nobody knows about us.
Seriously, just because they have thousands of listeners.
Well, I'm going to change that. During my tenure at this podcast, I'm going all out. Everyone is going to know about this.
About this podcast, about a singular forum.
That's right.
So do you guys even know what their listenership numbers are?
Secondhand from Carla, she claims it's in the tens of thousands per episode.
Good grief.
I certainly know that their Facebook likes have hovered around 23,000 for the past several months, and
I imagine that 9,999 are probably bots, so we'll just take that number to 1. Sorry, Chad and Hyle.
Hey, robots are people too.
Our podcast is best.
How many listeners do you guys have? You should know that.
About 50 to 100.
That's pretty good.
50 to... Yeah, we actually we have a fairly decent listenership, and I was surprised. I was expecting it, to be maybe 5 or 6 diehards who are humoring us, but I think it's hard to say though, because some of our downloads might be from bots. That's always been making it difficult. But I uploaded a dummy file just to see how many would get downloaded, and it's only been like 12 or 13. So we might be closer to 100 than 50.
Oh, you mean that was a new episode I didn't know about? I should go download it.
Yeah, check our tin deck.
Yeah, that's right. Our tin deck is amazing. Just like our discussions on each of these episodes.
Segue. Moving on to the next topic.
In fact, our new discussions, including Yoshi's new threads for this episode.
Hey, you said new. That's a segue.
Oh, right.
New. Yes.
So, Saf and Milo, what is our first topic for this episode?
Well, it's about the Yoshi's New Island thread, which for a long time wasn't called that. It was called Yoshi's Island 3DS, and then it had a series of ever-changing humorous titles, presumably by Matt or someone who has been changing it seemingly every few hours for a while, but I think it's stuck now at Yoshi's New Pedophiland.
I kind of wonder if there was a thread in the mod forum where they were hashing out and workshopping new titles.
No, it's probably just Matt doing it by himself. I think it started as anagrams, because there was another thread somewhere about anagrams.
Actually, inside information, guys, it was actually Clutch, who I believe is the person responsible for changing those titles. And he included titles inclusive of Yoshi's Gaping Anus and Cum-Filled Colon, so...
Well, it started out pretty tame. It was like Yoshi's Old Island, Yoshi's Like New Island, Yoshi's Slightly Used Island. Yeah, before it started getting blatantly obscene.
I don't know where you go from pedophilized, but I'm sure they can think of a new way to go, maybe necrophiliized or something like that.
Well, that's in the subtitle. Well, now that it's out, discussion's pretty much stopped. That's the way it is, isn't it?
Oh, I doubt we'll be talking about this game for another month.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of people, before the fortnight began, that this episode's based on, in terms of pre-fortnight discussion, a lot of people indicated that they hated the game that the developer Asrest,
Arzest.
or Asrest, as I like to say,
It's Arzest.
like to say, and
It's Arzest.
everyone's saying that,
It's
you know, whatever, Milo. Everyone's saying that they hate the game. And Hilo's comment on 20th March 2014, which I'll quote, is, Yoshi's new island just proves that gamers will put up with mediocre gameplay as long as the graphics are also mediocre. Which is a pretty clever callback to Miyamoto's quote after DKC was released and he needed to work on the second Super Mario World.
Yeah, that wins the prize, that post.
Miyamoto's apocryphal quote.
No, I think Miyamoto, we should still be blaming Miyamoto because
can't let it go,
as much as in Returns he was sainted for supposedly bringing back the Donkey Kong Country series, he did in fact bring in his shit ideas such as the blowing mechanics. So I think they cancel each other out.
And not having any characters not having any characters besides Cranky.
Yeah, that's right. He's completely unoriginal and he's out of touch, and I suspect there's a bit of dementia setting in, honestly, but anyways.
But, you know, all the time we spend hating Miyamoto is efforts that could be better spent hating Microsoft for what they did to Rare.
We could hate them even more.
Rare did it to themselves. So how does so starting on March 24, 2014, how does this thread goes? I think it sort of starts with the fact that people are acknowledging that Yoshi never really needed his own series and only required a standalone game. And this was by Alf on the 25th of March.
Yeah, saying that Yoshi's Island was so good that it should have stood on its own and never been followed up on.
Yeah, you could say Yoshi's Island is a bit like the Jungle Beat of the Mario series.
Wait, what? But it's good.
Well, because the first game was good, but then it sort of deteriorated into this sort of rot, and it's now become like the Mario series' equivalent of Jungle Beat.
The way I see it is that Yoshi's Island is the DKC of the Mario series. Yoshi's Story is the Jungle Beat, and Yoshi's Island DS is the Returns.
Ooh.
Or something. Except not as good.
Care to elaborate on that, Saf?
I'm pretty sure that would make Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy the Donkey Kong Country barrel maze of the Mario series. If you really think about it. But, you know, I'm talking about, you know, whether Yoshi counts as his own series, whether it's just a Mario sub-series. You know, it reminds me of back in the Brawl thread, which I actually read all of recently. For some strange reason.
Can you tell us a bit more about the Brawl thread, Saf? Because I don't know much about it.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've been waiting for an opening to discuss the Brawl thread, but the same discussion cropped up in there. I mean, pretty much every discussion cropped up in the Brawl thread at some point. But Sean made the point that, you know, we really shouldn't be supporting the idea that Yoshi isn't its own series because if we let that slide, then people might start making that same argument about Donkey Kong. Which you do see out there that, you know, Donkey Kong is just a Mario series, and a lot of people here are really don't even want to acknowledge that at all.
It's a question of whether a Yoshi game is in fact a Mario game or a Yoshi game, isn't it?
Yeah, and I agree with Brawl in that it separates them. It puts Yoshi in his own category.
But you don't see any items in the Brawl thread that are specifically attributed to Yoshi, do you? Except for his egg.
No, I don't believe there are any items from the series.
He got really shafted on trophies in Brawl as well.
Yeah, that's right.
What could they really add as an item, you know?
Maybe the flower, the happy flower that smiles, and maybe he gives
It just gives you points.
a ray of sunshine. Like, it says, good work, guys. Keep fighting when you get it. I don't know. It'll be like the Alistair of the Brawl series. Just a positive reference in that. Then he disappears. Sorry. Yeah, so anyways, the thread then steers into the 3DS not ripping off the fuzzy effects of the Yoshi's Island. And there's a bit of talk about drug references. And I find that my favourite quotes were for this fortnight was when Joe said, "If Yoshi were really tripping down Touch Fuzzy, Get Dizzy, he'd probably just lie down and stare at this distorted imagery for 3 hours, then make out with Baby Mario." To which Manfrog responds,
Oh, can I do Manfrog's voice?
"Yeah, go."
Don't you mean he'd get the munchies and try to eat Baby Mario?
It's hilarious because you know what? In this thread, you have to say that Manfrog has to be the biggest hater of Yoshi's Island, whatever it is, 3DS or whatever game it is.
Yeah.
He hates everything. Yeah. Does he have a reputation for it? Because I haven't really noticed.
Manfrog being a hater, you know, you should probably pay attention to his posting sometimes.
He just has strong opinions.
I don't want to be negative towards Manfrog, but you know, he's got strong opinions, and
He really knows a lot, and I appreciate that.
I really appreciate that. I've learned a whole lot about you know, the Mario series and what sort of memes have been spread that just have no basis, and you know, he's able to throw out these posts with like lots of sources and, you know, corroborating evidence.
Yeah, he cuts back to the facts. He references the Japanese. Yeah, he's really good at that.
Yeah, he's one of our really valuable posters, you know, probably, you know, top 20 material.
Oh, there you go. So if this was a FHM top 100, he would be one of the 20th sexiest posters in the DK Vine.
Yeah, but keep in mind that Saf also thinks that I'm a good poster, so I don't know how much his opinion matters there.
Oh man, I'm just sort of getting off now.
Milo, you wanna talk about the honorable mentions thread? You wanna talk about your motivations for starting that and maintaining it?
Is this a good time?
We could cut it in earlier, sure.
Sure,
Sure.
why not?
Well, I started the honorables mention. I think it was Manfrog. No, maybe Frogstar. Anyway, I get those confused. Who inspired me to start it because we were talking in some other thread about it was probably Saberwolf that started it, but there's all these other games that are linked tangentially to the Donkey Kong universe, but didn't quite have the substance to be DKU themselves. And I just wanted to get it all out there because that information isn't all in one place on the site, on the forum, or anywhere. So I made an absolutely massive thread just going through, or just one big post about every tangential connection to the DKU. Every game that was almost DKU but then wasn't. Every game that is Japanese DKU but not in America. That kind of thing. And yeah, I'd try and keep it updated as well and take things out if they are granted DKU status like Mario Kart Arcade GP DX was.
And, you know, I think that's great because, as was discussed on the conversation a few months ago, you know, a lot of these games we discuss here, we're somewhat like the only place that has sustained discussion and enthusiasm for it. And they were talking about how maybe, you know, Cameo, people might remember Cameo more fondly if, you know, we were out there waving the flag for it. And
yeah, that's in the list because of the Mumbo skin and
right.
And also the magic book turned up in Nuts and Bolts. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole thing. I know this stuff, I think.
Continuity in Nuts and Bolts. Wow.
Yeah, it's got tons of references. Maybe I should include Killer Instinct 3 because it was referenced in Nuts and Bolts. No, that's
Fuck, you seem to know more about the DKU than perhaps even Heil himself.
I'd like to point out something. Planet Cool started a thread about Saberwolf GBA, and people were encouraging him to play it because it's really good. And then Cobble comes in later on, I think it was Cobble, and says, wow, I never knew this game existed until this thread came up. And that's the kind of thing, like, we have people here who are fans of the DKU, and they didn't even know that this game existed. And it's great. It's a good game, from what I've heard.
No, it is really great. And, you know, I feel like, you know, it does have a lot of ties to the DKU. I feel like there's definitely an argument to be made under the legalistic DKU rules for its inclusion. But, you know, I feel like there's a lot of, you know, there's a ridiculous amount of politics involved.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, naming a game DKU and, you know, whether it's going to cause a firestorm and a riot and people are going to need to be banned. And
look what happened with Viva Pinata. And
oh, yeah. I can't wait to really get in depth about that one day because that's probably the most combative the forums ever got.
Even Brawl?
Yeah, even over the brawl thread, I'd go that far.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, it's kind of hard to say because a big part of that was Ben coming back, Aussie Ben, and it's hard to say exactly how joking he was in a lot of the things he said. He would be like, "Excuse me, did you spend 4 years writing comedy about Donkey Kong? Well, then I don't think your opinion matters." Which, it sounds like a joke, but then you read everything else he's saying around it, and he just didn't come off well, and rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And
I'm sure he rubbed people off the wrong way, if you know what I mean.
Thank you, Scraps.
I feel like Saberman wasn't included in the DKU to kind of distance themselves from those allegations that they were just willy-nilly trying to shoehorn in every rare game that was coming out.
Yeah, that's one aspect of it. But yeah.
Kind of unfortunate. Hopefully one day, 10, 20 years from now, it will be recognized by our descendants. Because I'm sure they're going to care about this decades-old Game Boy Advance game that they can't even get anymore, I'm sure.
Emulation. Anyway.
The reality is, though, is that Chad and Hal are the ones that make that decision at the end of the day. So you can have as many discussions or politics about it as much as you like, but just like Kim Jong in North Korea, he makes the decisions around this place, and if you don't like it, well, go fuck yourself. I think that's the attitude in a way, isn't it? Sorry, I just sort of killed that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Essentially that Yoshi 3DS thread sort of goes on to game mechanics and talks about the different babies, the sprite comparison shenanigans, and then I posted quite a nice I posted some good Yoshi porn, and Clutch's response was,
"You're saying there's bad Yoshi porn?"
Yes, in fact, that was probably the cream of the crop in terms of the worst of the Yoshi porn, so I'm sure you lads would like to go that, and yeah.
Yes, I opened that spoiler tag and very quickly closed it.
I added smiley faces in the naughty bits.
I noticed that, yeah. Thank you.
So let's continue on to a different Yoshi thread that was made by Jeff on the 27th of March 2014.
Hi, yes. Milo, would you like to introduce this thread?
Let's talk Yoshi's Island DS. Now this thread, as opposed to the 3DS thread, which was DS, the DS one did get brought up a lot, comparing it in terms of quality and how a lot of people don't like it. Planet Cool's defending it.
And it was made by largely the same people.
Well, yeah, it is. It's been made by the same people. But the point is, this thread is more about the DKU implications of Yoshi's Island DS, because it is a DKU game. It features Baby Donkey Kong, who everyone knows is the baby version of Donkey Kong Country's Donkey Kong. So Jeff started this thread. He's known for his extensive DKU knowledge, and he's going very in depth on what it means that Baby Donkey Kong was in the Mushroom Kingdom at some point, this and that, trying to reconcile the depiction of Donkey Kong Jr. from earlier games with this one, and just opening up that discussion. And that went okay for a little while, but it very quickly derailed into the age-old debate about whether Mario and Donkey Kong share the same planet or not.
And whether that planet is indeed Earth.
Yeah. Exactly. And Coupol brings it up first, and it just goes from there as people start posting screenshots. There's the same few screenshots that come up every time because it's the map on Wario's house in WarioWare. There's a view of the Earth from space in Mario Kart. There's a view of Earth from space in Donkey Kong Barrel Blast or something.
I believe it was Jungle Climber.
Okay, yeah.
And don't forget that Wario game, Mario Land 2 or something, where if Wario collects all the treasure, he turns planet Earth or whatever it is into a face of Wario.
Whoa, I didn't see that one.
Oh, really?
That sounds cool.
I forgot what it was called, but that was my first Game Boy game that I ever finished.
I tried to pull my copy of that out the other day, and I discovered it was the first of my games to have the save battery die. Yeah, it's going to be a rough couple of years here. Going to have to say goodbye to a lot of great classics. Gonna save the ones I can, Gonna go in and do some surgery on Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong Country 3, Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, my whole SNES just kicked the bucket completely, and I simply turned to emulation, I'm afraid to say.
Well, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. And like I said, like in 10 years, that's all we'll have.
Hopefully that's all we'll have.
What do you mean?
Well, no, not all, but hopefully we'll still have the ability to pirate things because, you know, all these internet laws they keep trying to shove through.
Yeah, you wouldn't steal a car, therefore you wouldn't steal a movie. Why? Actually, you can't download a car, so...
And piracy is a civil offense, not criminal. Yeah.
Well, once 3D printing gets going well enough.
So speaking of... speaking of things going down the shitter, Saf, you're a bit sarcastic and passive-aggressive towards Hyle and the others, weren't you?
Me? Me being sarcastic and passive-aggressive?
Yeah. Fucking hell, Saf. You're such a cunt sometimes.
Yeah, what's your deal, Saf? What's going on? You wanna talk about it?
You want me to you want to talk about it while I'm thrusting my penis up and down with my hands?
Yeah, go for it. Just get the lotion out.
I won't do that. Just so you know.
It's extra dry, so I'll bleed easier.
Oh.
What? I think I'll act like Scraps' cat and just back out of the room.
Oh, Milo with the callback. Wow, you really do listen to these things.
That was my favorite joke on that episode, so I remember that one.
Probably the one of the few jokes that we actually make nowadays, seeing as our joke quota's gone. I find I don't have any more jokes to say anymore. Anyway, so you're being a bit of a cunt to Hyle.
Yeah, I saw the thread being made, and I knew it was going to be, a barnstormer. I knew it was going to be this big debate, and either it was going to be angry or it was going to be really dry and silly. So, I thought I'd go in there and, just clown around a little. And, in my defense, I feel like, I feel like at one point I did make a, rather even-handed post calling for, conciliation between the two. But, I don't think anybody, I feel like I can be a little more, off-color and a little more abrasive in, a thread like that than if it was, the birthday thread or, somewhere serious. But, I just, are you seeking for me to apologize here on the air?
Oh, no.
No. We love it when you're a cunt.
No, I love,
I always like staring at a cunt, honestly.
No, I love the little joking bit I did with Hyle where I was like, oh, what, you think us, Donkey Kong and Mario fans should, be segregated? What, like some kind of two-state solution? And he was like, well, yeah, wouldn't that be great? And I was like, ha, own, scrub. Come talk to me about Donkey Kong once you've gained an enlightened understanding of Middle Eastern socio-politics. Which is great because I'm owning him on a subjective matter. I'm owning him with the position that isn't the consensus. And then I'm using the classic hipster technique of when you don't know how to discuss a certain piece of media, you tie it back into something you do understand. So, a lot of layers, a lot of thought went into that.
That was a lot more than I understood.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I put a lot of thought into my dumb posting, and, I kind of use this place as practice sometimes for, posting on, like, really fucking egotistical, stringent forums about comedy. And that's probably why I don't think I'm a very funny or interesting person, because, I keep trying to break into all these really, really high-class forums, and I just keep getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, that's right. Just like I try and break into Virgin's hymens, but then I always get my ass kicked by the police as I get sent towards the court for rape charges. So... yeah, it's not an easy thing.
What's the alternative to a virgin's hymen?
That's a good point. A Crolax. That's the alternative.
Is that what Zeno Bino has?
Yeah, that's right.
Call back.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that one alive.
Poor Zeno Bino, he's probably...
He's our merchandising angle. One day we're gonna put out plushes and fund the forum watch that way.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, well, he's probably, had his ship blown up and he's had to go on Jabba the Hutt's ship and, he's staring right into the maw of the Crolax right now, or whatever the fuck it's called. What's it called?
Sarlacc.
Sarlacc.
With 2 A's.
Yeah, well, that thing. which I just got the reference wrong, and that's probably what a virgin's hymen looks like. So she's never been touched. Yep, that I'm referencing.
Oh, you're referencing Kulex from Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, the 7 golden star children, if that's part of the RPG. I have no idea. Maybe that's the Yoshi one.
That was brought up in this thread as well, I think. Segue, yes.
Oh, we did it.
Oh yeah, we did it. Finally, we brought it back. The 7 star children. That is something that RZS made, or Artoon at the time, made up for Yoshi's Island DS. The ending screen shows the 5 playable babies in the game, plus Luigi, and then a baby Yoshi, with little stars hovering over their heads, and something about them being special or something. Yeah, so that's something that has implications on the Mario world as a whole.
It's almost like it's an alternate universe in a way, because in the current day, they're not really babies, so it's like they're looking back into a different sort of alternate reality, would you say?
I'd say that's a very tortured segue to our next topic. Thank you.
Yes. We kind of did it this time.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce this one, Saf, since you did the legwork?
Oh, thank you, Milo. Thank you for that.
It's funny you call it the legwork when considering all he was doing was sitting down and actually typing it in with his fingers. So it would be the finger work.
Haven't you seen Saf? He has one of those reclining chairs, and he has very versatile toes. I've seen them. He can operate the mouse, and he does the keyboard with the other foot. And he hits the spacebar with the...
So you're saying he's fingering the forum's clitoris with his toes?
No, it's a keyboard.
No, Scratch, idiot. Pay attention. No, actually, no lie. I actually have not always, but I do have a treadmill up here. And sometimes I will walk on the treadmill while I'm surfing the internet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
You're living the nerd dream.
Yeah, I am.
Make it a bit hard to do while you're watching porn, though.
Oh no, you got to get your blood flowing. You got to get
Yeah, right. So, what's this about alternate universes? I think there's a bunch of topics that were covered this fortnight, wasn't there?
Oh, there were 2 this past fortnight. I think the major one that sparked us was the DK Vine 2024 retrospective topic, started on 26/3/14 by Joe.
Yeah, that was a good topic, wasn't it?
That was a good one. It took the conceit that it was 2024 and we were looking back on the forums and the past decade, which, you know, I'm egotistical enough to feel like that might have been a partial homage to me. Not entirely, but I'm sure I was on people's mind.
No, I think so. Since you did the 2003 retrospective, and
I wanted to go into that thread and do like a big joke one, like it was 2024, and I was doing that, but I never found the time. Heck, I was gonna write a thread about the Brawl thread, since I basically did all the research already for that episode. But you know, Chad and Heil pegged it right. It's just so much easier to just talk into an electric stick.
That's right. And if the electric stick is like this hand-sized microphone, you can even fit it right in your mouth. In and out. In and out.
Ah. Good callback to that conversation episode where Heil deep throats the microphone and ruins his recording the rest of the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe that was one of the last time he was allowed by Chad to do the big forum hyperventilation.
Oh,
WWW.
Yeah, that's right. It kind of goes like that, doesn't it?
Something like that.
Anyway, so Joe posted this fantastic topic about 2024 retrospective, and one of my favorite thing is where Slush says, "I still can't believe Alistair was convicted as Australia's most notorious serial killer. I never saw that one coming."
My favorite, Questbeck or Casper's post, Sapphire and Scraps professing their love for each other and finally getting married.
Can't believe he would take things I told him in confidence and use them as fodder for some joke on the forums.
Yes, as Scraps himself pointed out later on, that already happened.
Yeah, you can see somebody hasn't been listening to us.
And when I say that it's already happened 3 years ago. Just thought I should say. So it's not really a retrospective thread, seeing as it happened in 2011, is it, Milo?
No.
Yeah, whichever.
Yes.
Let's talk about gay marriage.
Yes, the gay marriage topic. Started by Chaos Heart on 26/3/2012.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, anytime. He's a bit like the dog that I was talking about. Yeah.
He was exactly the dog you were talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, there you go. I made a reference to a reference, and it didn't really work out, did it?
I'm sure Matt will like it. He loves metatextuality.
I'm sure Matt would like anything if you stick it in his mouth.
You're saying he's not a picky eater?
Okay,
Anyways,
so yeah, there was another thread in the past fortnight about the loose topic of the topic of alternate universes, which was, what would Rare's portable team be doing right now by Rourke on 27/3/14? And that was an interesting thread as well. And it was just basically saying, Rare's portable team was shut down, but if they were still around, what do you think they'd be making? Would they be doing 3DS version of Kinect Sports, or maybe something more interesting?
I think it would be a porn game. Yeah. It wouldn't be bowling as such. It would be like how to get rid of the crabs off your testicles shooter.
How to get rid of the crabs off your testicles, ... Pause. Shooter.
Yeah. It would be a Mr. Pan's sequel game.
Yeah, that's one of the ideas they brought up.
Oh, did they? Are you serious?
I think so. Hang on, let me open the thread. Sorry, I shouldn't go off the cuff like.
This is not in the document.
Donkey Kong 64 3DS. Yeah, David brought up the Kinect Sports, portable Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country port. Saf and I actually agreed that Rare's portable team did pretty bad work.
Yeah, it was pretty uneven.
Oh, I don't think they brought up Mr. Pants. Sorry, my bad. Anyway.
And actually, ironically, Jeff ended it off saying, probably toiling away on prototypes that never get released for this reason or that, which is unfortunately such a sad reality.
Yeah.
Man.
So that was that. I mean, that thread didn't last long, but it was just another example of the very popular genre of topics that have been around the forum for years.
Oh yeah, you see these topics all the time, You see, how much of a coup would have Donkey Kong Country been on the NES? What if Rare had stopped using Donkey Kong Jr.? Hypothetical Donkey Kong cameo games in the best timeline. What games would we have gotten without the buyout? What if Rare was bought by Activision? Go back in time and fix the DKU. If Nintendo never sold Rare. We are just obsessed with discussing these potentialities that the past had gone differently.
And obviously the buyout is the main one. Like, that's the big traumatic event in the history of our fandom, and we just love endlessly speculating about what could have happened if Rare had stayed with Nintendo, if something else had happened to them, if Microsoft had actually let them make games, stuff like that, and just filling our imaginations with all the kinds of games we could have been playing.
Yeah, see, here's an alternate reality I would have liked to see. What if Tim and Chris Stamper had been walking down a dark street and, had been raped? Would the games be influenced by a much darker tone as a result, Like, they really think about the buyout issue itself, but what about the influences of games? I mean, surely Chris Seaver must have gone through something traumatic to make Conker's Bad Fur Day, or something that could have
Traumatic head injury.
Yeah, he grew up in Britain. That was the traumatic. No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Yeah, poor Matt and Joe. And Jim.
I wonder if they were alive when Margaret Thatcher was around. Yeah, probably. Anyway.
Of course they were. Oh, you mean as Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
That seems like it would have been a bit before their time.
Whatever. Point is, alternate universes.
And you see that in the main site's output from time to time. It's a constantly recurring topic with them. You saw it
the TED Talks.
Yes, the TED Talks. You saw it in Bitching About Brawl, and of course in the second season of the Vine audio program, which is a minor spoiler if you haven't listened to it yet.
Who has?
And Elvis and Slick Monty? That's DKU, isn't it?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Milo? I didn't hear you.
I said Elvis and Slick Money is based on the alternate universe.
Oh, right, yeah.
Huh, there you go. I never actually listened to Elvis and Slick Monty, so it's like a alternate fan site to the Donkey Kong universe.
I keep searching for a torrent out there, but nobody's uploaded it.
No, Chad's got the entire season 2 on YouTube.
Does he really?
Yeah, they're only 240p, but yeah, it's better than nothing. It's a good show.
Were you the one that ordered the Elvis and Slick Monty DVDs and never had them?
Yes. Now, this links into another potential topic we were going to talk about, was the DK Vine merchandise thread, and people asking, we should have merchandise based on the site itself, as a way to support it and just as a way to, pimp our love of the site or whatever. People said, "Oh, we've got the Chad erotic pillow. That's an actual product. You can buy that."
As long as there's a whole...
I believe that's affiliated through the Rubber Chicken site.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Really? Rubber Chick is supposedly meant to be quite tame.
Yeah, it tame by internet standards. I don't know. I'm not a huge expert on the Rubber Chicken.
He's not naked on the cushion. It's just it's just his face, actually.
Is there a hole in the middle of the pillow?
I don't know from the screenshots. Ask Carla. She's got one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a extra implement that gets attached to the pillow instead.
Maybe that's an optional extra.
A tongue-looking object.
Yeah, I think his mouth is slightly open on. Yeah.
That's right. And she doesn't rest it on her head. She rests it elsewhere. If you know what I mean.
I think I do.
I was kind of hoping he'd be doing that double thumbs up with his mouth all open and excited from that classic picture he took in the...
I think he is. I think he is. I think it's based on that picture.
That's what I always think of whenever I'm listening to the conversation, is Chad in that pose doing this podcast.
Oh, he's so young now. I think of him in the later ones. I think probably one they published for the Vine with his glasses on and everything. This is being a bit stalkerish, isn't it? Should we dial it back a bit?
Yeah, we should have totally a fan site of Chad. We should totally bring back fan sites, please.
Oh wait, I wasn't done with my segue for this one.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even...
We didn't address the Elvis and Slick Money issue, which is I brought up. Buying these DVDs of Elvis and Slick Money supports Chad and Heil, who pay for the site. And then I remembered that my DVD never actually arrived when I bought it. I think it's 2 years ago at this point. And yeah, I had an email exchange with Chad about it at the time, but it never got resolved. And yeah.
So the lesson here is buyer beware.
Well, I think they mentioned on the conversation that they didn't have any prints left.
Any usable prints. They printed them on cheap DVDs.
So anyway, I mean... Yeah.
That's right. And you weren't a fan of Chad anymore after that, were you, Milo?
That's not true at all. That's not true.
I'm trying to fucking segue into this.
Well, we're not done. Just fucking let us finish here. But there was actual DK Vine merchandise at one point, as was brought up in the thread. There was a mouse pad, including many of the Neon Avatar designs. I never purchased one. I never knew anybody who'd purchased one, but that would be something I'd really like to see again. I think the biggest problem with merchandising DK Vine or doing some sort of Kickstarter or whatever is that all it would take to shut the site down and shut down this whole community we have going is one cease and desist from Nintendo. Because Chad and Heil certainly wouldn't want to fight it, even if, they legally could. It's not about doing what they have the legal right-of-way to doing. It's doing what they have the legal right-of-way and won't just get hit by Nintendo anyway. So they got to walk this really fine line, and it's really unfortunate because, this server bills are a couple $100s a year, and I don't know how much donations they get.
I actually donated about 240 last year.
Wow.
Did you?
I think so, yeah.
Scraps the benefactor. Look at that.
Good man. I offered to pay the server off 1 year, but that was back when I wasn't so popular with the staff, and they refused to take my money.
Oh, you were just using it as a way to curry favor.
That's probably how they saw it. But, I felt like I should pay back, and, I probably should donate again now that I'm not still sore about that.
Is it because you're such a big fan?
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge fan of this site. This fan site. I feel like...
Oh, you like fan sites?
We should think we should bring back fan sites.
Oh, and now Milo bloody segues into it. Bloody hell.
Well, Scraps, we couldn't sit around waiting for you to do it all day.
You bastards. I'll sit this one out then, okay? Whatever.
Oh, we hurt his feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry, Scraps. We love you. Well, I love you.
That's alright. He's not going to be on any more episodes after this. Neither are you, Sal.
Not even invited back.
Maybe I'll have you back for the 10th anniversary or something. But
10 years of Forum Watch.
Yeah, Forum Watch will just keep rotating its hosts until it rotates back to us.
yeah, you'll get your turn again.
Can't wait. Can't wait to be doing the Forum Watch.
So, fan sites.
Fan sites.
Yes, this started with Slush's topic about can we bring back fan sites, please? In Completely Relevant. It was started on the 26th again of March. And yeah, he was just basically lamenting the fact that the fan site culture seems to be dead on the internet and there's nothing left but soulless wikis and...
He was also noting the shout out we got from Nintendo, well, the shout out the site got from Nintendo 3DS Daily.
That's run by our beloved member CM30, who still has not chosen an avatar.
Yeah, he's intentionally avatarless. It's a bold choice, but I think it kind of ruins your posting voice, You don't really have anything to...
Yeah, it kind of works in that he's the only one who doesn't really have one, so I guess he's recognizable in that sense, but yeah, having that personality of a neon there kind of adds something.
Man, for the past week or two or however long it's been, whenever Planet Cool posts, I'm like, who's this new guy? Oh, it's Planet Cool.
Who's this eel thing? Yeah. That happens whenever anyone changes their avatar.
Yeah, I don't like it. You should be locked into it.
Doesn't CM30 honestly have a bird type of avatar? Is that some other lad with a whole bunch of numbers starting with?
Oh, you're thinking of XD375. He's the Carbine from Donkey Kong Country 3.
I always get confused between the two, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. I tried to bring up how you couldn't type in his name without the text filter turning your XD, which is like a smiley face thing, into xylophone danger to stop people from posting, lol speak and smileys. But apparently they had an exception for his name.
Oh, right.
I remember it correcting at some point, but now it doesn't. So
they should really reverse that, because now internet lingo such as leet and all that hardly exists anymore, and yeah, it's pretty much pointless. I mean, what's laugh out loud?
And we're a bit more lax on that anyway. Time was people would be banned for one single instance of improper punctuation, or so I've heard.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've gotten a lot more lax since Returns came out and the site kind of underwent its renaissance. We've been a lot more tolerant of less grammatically sound. As long as you're getting your point across, we're not gonna be mean and elitist anymore. But back in the day, we kind of had to, because fan sites were hugely popular. We're getting people from all over the place, and people would come in and they try to make these posts and these topics, and they just weren't. They were just below the standard of being worth reading.
And actually, now it's even encouraged to write pretty bad grammar, because now you have topics such as...
Oh.
Yeah, the Kirby thread in the Cameo discussion forum.
Yeah, look at Matt and Jeff in the Kirby thread.
Also started on 26.3.
Yeah, it's a joke, but still, the fact that they're doing it and not getting banned is showing a shift in the culture.
Well, they'd be the ones doing the banning. They're the only ones who can get away with it anyway.
They could probably get demodded.
But yeah, that's a parody of the Brawl thread anyway. Yeah, so we were talking about fan sites, and it reminded me of, since I read the 3DS Daily that CM30 runs, he mentioned a few times over there that he's thinking of getting this Wario site off the ground because he's a huge Wario fan, and the internet is really devoid of a centralized place for them to go, and there's no community for Wario. And so I reminded him about that, and that led him to, well, I like to think it led him to start another thread called Any Wario Fans Out There, which was linked into him starting that forum.
Oh yeah? What happens in that thread, Milo?
Oh, well, CM30 starts out by saying, I'm putting a Wario forum up. Anyone who wants to talk about Wario can join in. And of course, we did actually get a lot of members from here going and signing up there because, obviously we're all Nintendo fans and...
Yeah, big Nintendo fans, and, you kind of want to...
Yeah, some of us really like the Wario series.
Help out, and, you kind of want to participate whenever one of our own goes off and does something, Kind of want to encourage that.
Yeah, or they just like Wario,
Well, that too, yeah. I wouldn't have followed him to a Metroid site.
Yeah, well, Wario is my favorite Mario character as such. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Okay. So the topic also continuing with discussion about Wario in this thread on our forum. And, common themes were WarioWare versus Wario Land, and how some people think the newer WarioWare games came in and ruined Wario's image. And there's too much fart jokes, it's totally different. It's ignoring the past of Wario Land and how great they were. So I Am Gibbon was one of the ones talking about that.
Cool bananas. Not that I know anything about this thread, because I didn't actually really look at it as such.
I feel like the conclusion in the thread is that there were no Wario fans out there, only posers.
Didn't you post that?
Yes, I'm reusing jokes from the forum. Way to call me out, Milo.
Yes, I definitely concluded that thread with my stunning witticism.
Yeah, maybe you should be member...
Yeah, you should be member of the week, Saf.
Yeah, you should be member of the Fortnite, Saf. What do you reckon?
Yeah, two episodes in a row. I'm on a roll here.
Especially when we haven't thought of anything. Okay, so we actually haven't planned this out really. So how about we say our member of the Fortnite in 3, 2, 1. Joe. All right. Well, I'll tell you why I like Joe. I really like that 2024 retrospective, and I quite like the lad. I've mentioned it a few times. What about you, Saf?
Playing it cool. He's always keeping it real, always holding it down on the south side for all us hardcore bangers.
Oh yeah. And what about what did you say, Milo?
I said Liz Top.
Oh, okay. And what's your main reason for having Liz Tup as member of the Fortnite?
I like her contributions. She's a pretty new member, and I like her positive attitude. And I guess having that female perspective is very important to us Sausage Fest DK Viners.
Except when we're being cunts, because that's sort of vaginal in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of.
I love her positivity, and I love looking through her post history. I love her use of emoticons. We got this great list of specialty emoticons just for the forum, and people generally don't use them unless they're being sarcastic. And it's really great. I enjoy emoticons. Nothing wrong with that. And it's really great to see them get some use. It really adds a lot of flavor to her post.
Yeah, right. Now, what sort of avatar does she have?
She has Zigmund the zebra from Donkey Kong Country Returns as her avatar. He is not an animal buddy. He is an animal. Fun fact.
Oh, right. And when did she join, by the way?
She joined in 2013.
June 2013, right after Tropical Freeze was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, she must be one of those long-time lurkers that love the Donkey Kong Country series. And, when Tropical Freeze got announced, she bit the bullet and joined the fan site. So, welcome, Liz Tup.
Good time to join.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, it is a good time to join. And as we've mentioned before, this was, a great time, a peak of the golden period perhaps, or a continuation of the golden period, or perhaps the twilight of the dark period for the Donkey Kong universe.
You really got to wait for a couple years to shake out and look back and see.
You know what? It's that Tropical Freeze, it must have been quite a good game, eh?
I think so.
You wouldn't know that from the posting frequency these past couple weeks.
No, you wouldn't, especially if you've been following Chad's posting frequency. I'm assuming a lot of people have finalized their playthrough through Tropical Freeze, and there's been a post created by, I don't even know who it is, asking people to give their final ratings for the game.
And there's a lot of posts in that forum saying, what's your playtime? And people are saying, hundreds of hours. I've 200% of the game. I've got everything.
Wait.
And I've played it and played it.
Wait, when they have a triple digit, that's not minutes, that's hours?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought when people were posting like 102.56, it was 102 minutes, 56 seconds. But wow.
That's an hour and a half. Saf.
Yeah. Well, people were complaining it was a short game.
Well, you could finish the first game in an hour, so, sort of makes sense, I suppose.
But yeah, the point was, obviously everyone's loved this game to death and playing it heaps, but that hasn't exactly translated to posts on the forum about it. So in the pre-release period, we get tons of posts. We get people really excited, speculating, sharing their opinions. But after it's released, not so much. So what's up with that?
It's kind of like when something gets released, there's a short spurt, and then it all ends. Just like this episode.
This has been produced by
STD.
and and
Milo Scat Productions.
Milo, you do realise that you're not actually taking over the show, right?
What? Really?
Ah, yes. If you read your guesting contract, you'd see it all there in black and white.
But I'm going to be the new host.
No, you're not. Piss off, Milo.
Sorry, mate.
This is like Earthbound 64 getting cancelled all over again.